Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening. This is Mrs. Smith. I'm going to read you the geography unit exam. Get your headphones on and let's get started. Geography unit exam, Forbes Middle School. First, type in your first and last name and choose whether you are in third, fourth, fifth, sixth, or seventh period. Number one, cultural diffusion occurs when people bring ideas, language, religion, and other culture traits to a new place, eventually changing the existing culture of the new place. This process is an example of human environment interaction, how the themes of place, region, and movement are connected. Culture traits and absolute locations are dependent on each other, and why cartographers use globes to find location. You'll need to just choose one answer. Number two, which option on the flow map does not logically belong with the others? How to read a map. First, read the map title to see what the map is about. Look at the compass rose to determine the directions on the map. Study the map key to see what symbols and colors are on the map. Measure the distance between the two biggest cities. So, which one doesn't belong on this flow map straight across? Is it read the map title, look at the compass rose, study the map key, or measure the distance between the two biggest cities? Number three, which physical landform is most likely to be located in the Sahara Desert in Africa? An oasis, an island, a swamp, or a river? Number four, many countries in Latin America use Spanish as the official language, including Mexico, Honduras, Costa Rica, and Ecuador. These countries make a Spanish speaking blank. So I'm asking you which theme of geography? A Spanish speaking school, region, location, or influence? Number five, in this quote, Kofi Annan refers to many different cultures that combine together. What concept is he speaking about? It says people of different religions and cultures live side by side in almost every part of the world, and most of us have overlapping identities which unite us with very different groups. We can thrive in our own tradition even as we learn from others and come to respect their teachings. Does that quote talk about market economy, capital resources, primary source, or multiculturalism? Number six, what's one difference between countries and continents? Australia is a country and a continent. Continents change time zones, but countries do not. Continents have natural borders only, but countries have both natural and man made borders. Or continents have the ability to use latitude and longitude. Number seven, a farmer plants seeds in the ground to grow crops. He also digs a well in the ground so that he can have access to fresh water. Both of these actions are examples of which theme of geography? Human environment interaction, movement, place, or region. Number eight, Georgetown Public Library is 3 blocks west of the Williamson County Courthouse. This statement is an example of absolute location, government, latitude and longitude, or relative location. Number 9, absolute location is mapped using latitude and longitude coordinates. Using the lines as a grid, find the letter on the map located in the Pacific Ocean at 0 degrees, 150 degrees west. Now, if it were me, I would actually use my fingers and I would trace it. But I can't touch your screen for you. So is that letter A, B, C, or D? Number 10, which letter shown on the map marks the intersection between the equator and the prime meridian? Is that letter A, B, C, or D? The equator and the prime meridian. And then number 11, which letter on the map marks the location of our nation, the United States? Is that A, B, C, or D? Number 12, Oh, here it is, the equator going across and the prime meridian coming down. The Earth is divided into hemispheres by the prime meridian and the equator. Which of the following continents is located entirely in both the northern and the western hemispheres? That means that no part of this continent touches the equator or the prime meridian. Would that be Australia, North America, Asia, or Europe? Number 13, this kind of pinkish color band. Which geographic region is found between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn? Do we call it latitude and longitude, polar zone, tropics, or Australia? Number 14, when countries rely on each other to exchange goods and services, it is called blank. Well, this vocabulary word could also be defined as the effect that one part of the world has on another. Is that culture traits, history, citizenship, or interdependence? Number 15, you can look at this picture. Which physical landform is shaped like a mountain, but the top is flat instead of a pointed peak? Is that a river mouth, an oasis, a delta, or a plateau? Number 16, maps and globes are tools that geographers use to determine location and distance. In what way are maps more useful than globes? A, maps are more current than globes. B, maps are more portable. That means convenient to carry than globes. C, globes only show latitude, not longitude. Or D, maps contain more information per mile than globes. 17, we'll need to very carefully look at this image that you see in front of you. In which direction would Jose travel on a direct flight from San Francisco, California, USA, North America? Find North America on that map. To Tokyo, Japan, over in Asia. If he's not going to cross any other continents on his flight, he would only travel across water. Which ocean is he going to go over? Would that be Atlantic, Pacific, Indian, or Arctic? Number 18, the absolute location of the Eiffel Tower in Paris, France is 48 degrees north latitude, 2 degrees east longitude. What fact can you infer just from looking at these latitude and longitude coordinates? 48 degrees north, 2 degrees east. Can we infer that Paris, France is in the northern and the eastern hemispheres? Or the relative location of the Eiffel Tower is 48 north, 2 east? Is it France is in the north temperate climate zone? Or Europe is the best place to view different types of architecture, including the Eiffel Tower, which is 1,063 feet high? Number 19, the country of Panama in Central America is a narrow stretch of land connecting the two larger land areas of North and South America. Panama is it a strait, an island, a mountain, or an isthmus? Number 20, Hakim's grandfather lived in Ethiopia and immigrated to the United States to raise a family. This is an example that illustrates which theme of geography: place, region, absolute location, or movement. Number 21, the Mississippi River empties into the Gulf of Mexico near New Orleans, Louisiana. You can see New Orleans in red on the map. Which physical feature best describes the relative location of New Orleans? Is it in the Baffin Bay next to Canada, near the mouth of the Mississippi River where it lets out into the Gulf of Mexico, 29 degrees north, 90 degrees west, or around the Rocky Mountains? Number 22, a continent is a giant landmass with natural borders only. You can see a continent from space. Which of these places listed is not a continent on the Earth? Europe, Asia, United States, or North America? Number 23, a primary source is a document used to learn about the past. What type of person would use a primary source in his or her career? A cartographer, a historian, a model, or an enlisted member of the armed forces. Number 24, we need to read this chart about life expectancy, which means about how long a person would live on average in each of these different places. About how many more years would a person in the United States expect to live than a person in Namibia. In order to attack this chart, I would look to see about how long a person lives in the United States and about how long a person lives in Namibia, and then I do a little bit of subtraction in my head. Is that about 2 years, about 30 years, about 50 years, or the life expectancy in Namibia and the United States is the same? All right, number 25, according to the data in the chart, a person from Ecuador in South America, that's this top line right here, has a life expectancy of how many years? Do we think it's 87, 77, 50, or 20? And you're done. 25 multiple choice questions. I wish you the very best of luck. When you press submit, you'll be able to see your score immediately. I hope your day is wonderful. Bye.